the layers of the felt. So I am sort of back after 2 weeks from not making any videos, and I'm really sad that I haven't made more felting videos, but I do struggle with some brain fog every month, and so I do end up not making the videos as much, and I stop and then I come back, and I stop and then I come back. My goal in life is to become more consistent and more stable as much as possible, but that is just what's occurring. And there's a lot of other stuff behind all that. Things are okay, and I'm back today making the video and doing what I love to do most. And so if you're watching this, I'm glad you're here. My name's Lori from Muffs Merino, and I'm an illustrator turned fiber artist. I dye and knit and create things with all things fiber. So let's get into this video. I'm going to first begin laying out my project. So if you are going to follow along, you can also lay out your project, and I will just fast forward to the exciting part. So now that I have my piece of felt, what we're going to use is a resist. And a resist is just a piece of material or plastic or something that won't be felted to that will go inside of the project that we will pull out later. And the resist does not stay in the project, it's just used to create different techniques and effects. And it's very useful in making many felt items like bags and hats and anything where it needs to be hollow. So for this technique, I am going to cut pieces of the resist. And I am going to lay them across my project. And I'm thinking that they're going to be a bit thinner than this. I'm going to keep them spread apart nice and evenly so that the felt can attach as well to the other pieces in the background. So we're just going to lay out our fiber and just see what happens. Now you can make different shapes and experiment with different things for your resist. You can make circles, and what we'll do later on is after we have covered it, we will cut out and pull out the resist, which will leave a hollow form that is stuck to the piece of felt, and that will create an interesting technique. And in this video, what I want to do is cut it to show the colorful lines in between. First, I'm going to lay out my brown, my cut edges to match the background, and I'm going to lay on the brown at the top as well. I'm going to lay out my fiber perpendicular to the last layer. So this is the first layer of fiber, and I'm planning to lay out 4 layers or so. I have 3 colors, so I think I will do those 3 colors with the brown. So that would be the 3 colors and then 2 browns. So that's 5 layers, but we should lay 6. So I'll add an extra layer of one of the colors. And I really love this fiber. It's merino wool from Tally-Ho Wool Carding in New Zealand, and it's fantastic carded fiber. It would be really good for merino wool felting needle items as well. Even though you should felt with a thicker fiber, it's a bit easier. But if you wanted to make it softer and use something more fine, then a carded fiber is just perfect, and it's great for felting because it's nice and thick. If you are using a thinner fiber, like a combed merino, you may want to lay out more layers so that it's a little bit thicker, but it depends on the look you're going for, and you just want to experiment. That's what it's all about, especially with felting, because there are just so many things you can make. This is one way you can do your felting. Normally I spray it down first, and then I add my next layer, but it's not really that technical. So for this project, I am just laying it on top. It's a little bit quicker to do this way. And now I'm just going to wet it down. And I like to spray it down because then I kind of know how thick my felt is getting. Whereas with this, it looks so thick. Like I have a fear now that I'm going to cut this and it's going to be super thick, but I kind of know from experience that it's actually not really going to be that thick. It's about 6 to 8 layers total. So we'll have our bottom and then our cut layer, and so it will be thick, but it won't be more thick than the earrings that I used to make. Lots of water. And so I'm not going to decorate the top for this one because it's already going to have the subtle design where I cut and you can see the cool edges, hopefully. You can add a design to the top if you are feeling creative, and I can imagine that you might be a little bit more creative than I am with felting. I have seen some amazing work out there. Do I fold my edges over? I flipped my project over and you can see the bits sticking out through the end. So, and you could cover them for this tutorial, but it's nice to have them open as well so I can see where I'm going to cut. Once it's felted, it's going to buckle, and so I'm going to be able to see the lines that I need to cut. And so you'll see what I mean when we get there. But for now, it looks like it would be easy to just fold these edges over and create kind of a nice thick edge. I really want the design that I'm making to stand out, and I don't want anything else to block that. So I'll just cover it up. I like to make it nice and tidy when I'm felting. So now that I have done the technical part of the felting project, I'm going to begin felting and rolling it. And if you have never done that before, you want to watch the video on how to make a piece of felt first before doing this, but through these technique videos, I don't show you the felting process. Now we will just skip right along to the cutting part, the most exciting part of the video. So I am now almost finished felting this piece before I take the resist out, and you can see it's beginning to buckle, and also it's having trouble felting where the resist is, and so that's okay, but I have felted my piece quite a bit more because when I cut it, I don't want the edges to kind of fray and be floppy, and so I'm felting it as much as I can before I cut the edges. But those edges are going to felt more once I cut and take out the resist and I work my edges. So now for the exciting part, I'm going to begin cutting down my edges. So I do want to cut my edges on the thicker side, so that side is where I have the color effect. So I was almost thinking I was going to cut on the thin side, but then that would defeat the purpose of the color inside. So I caught that, so now I'm going to make this the back, and this is the right side where I'm going to cut, and this is definitely the most exciting part of the felt, the felting part of the project, and hopefully we are cutting it somewhat centered. It's kind of a bit of a guess, but you can see the edges a little bit. So now we have cut our edges and they look pretty cool. And we can take out the resist pieces, and that is kind of very, very satisfying. And I'll just show a close-up of an edge that we have that is looking pretty epic. It's so tempting to want to just leave them like that, but I think I will, for this tutorial, felt them a little bit more. So I have now cut my edges for that cool effect, and I'm quite happy with it. To see if I really like this look or not, I am going to get a more ripply effect. I am no pro at this technique, but I hope it inspired you to try it out for yourself. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more fiber and felting videos.